Let's continue with Billionaire Boy by David Williams. Today, Chapter 19. Chapter 19, A Baboon's Bottom. Maybe your headmaster is simply having a midlife crisis, pronounced Rush. Stopping off at the newsagent shop on the way home from school, Joe had told Rush about the curious events of the day. Mr. Dust is about 100. He's got to be more than midway through his life, said Joe. What I mean, clever clogs, continued Rush, is that perhaps he was just trying to feel young again. But it's the most expensive motorbike in the world. It costs £250,000. He's a teacher, not a footballer. How could he afford it? Proclaimed Joe. I don't know. I am no detective like Miss Marbles or the great Sherlock Holmes, said Rush, before looking around his shop and lowering his voice to a whisper. Joe, I need to ask you about something in the strictest confidence. Joe lowered his voice too. Go ahead. This is very embarrassing, Joe, whispered Rush. But do you use your dad's special toilet paper? Yes, of course, Rush. Everybody does. Well, I have been using his new one for a few weeks now. The mint flavor bump wipes? Asked Joe. There was now a huge range of Bumfresh products, including Hot Bumfresh warms your bottom as you wipe. Lady Bumfresh, specially soft wipes for ladies' bottoms. Minty Bumfresh leaves your bottom with a cool minty aroma. Yes, and Rush took a deep breath. My bottom has come all, purple. Purple, said Joe with a shocked laugh. This is a very serious matter, chided Rush. He looked up suddenly. 1 copy of the Daily Mail and a packet of Rolos, that will be 85 pence. Be careful with those Rolos on your dentures, Mr. Little. He waited for the pensioner to leave the shop. Ding! Went the bell on the door. I didn't see him there. He must have been lurking behind the quavers, said Rush, a little shaken at what the pensioner might have heard. You're joking, aren't you, Rush? Said Joe with a quizzical smile. I am deadly serious, Joe, said Rush gravely. Show me then, said Joe. I can't show you my bottom, Joe. We've only just met, exclaimed Rush. But let me draw you a simple graph. A graph? Asked Joe. Be patient, Joe. As the boy looked on Rush, grabbed some paper and pens and drew this simple graph. Purpleness. Wow, that is purple, said Joe, studying the graph. Is it painful? It is a little sore. Have you seen a doctor? Asked Joe. Yes, and he said he had seen hundreds of people in the local area with brightly colored bottoms. Oh no, said Joe. Maybe I will have to have a bum transplant. Joe couldn't help but laugh. A bum transplant? Yes, that isn't a laughing matter, Joe, chided Rush. There was hurt in his eyes that his bottom had become the subject of mockery. No, sorry, said Joe, still giggling. I think I will stop using your dad's new Bumfresh wipes and go back to the shiny white my wife used to buy. I'm sure it isn't the bum wipes, said Joe. What else could it be? Look, Rush, I'd better go, Joe said. I have invited my girlfriend over later. Oh, girlfriend is it now? The pretty girl you came in when I sold you the iced lollies, said the newsagent brightly. Yes, that's her, said Joe shyly. Well, I don't know if she really is my girlfriend, but we've been spending lots of time together. Well, have a lovely evening. Thanks. Arriving at the door, Joe turned back to the newsagent. He couldn't help himself. Oh, by the way, Rush, good luck with the bum transplant. Thank you, my friend. I hope they can find one big enough, Joe laughed. Out of my shop. Out, out, said Rush. Ding! Cheeky boy, muttered the newsagent with a smile as he rearranged his curly whirlies.